Hello there, friend. Welcome to a new video. I want to share with you my recent studio vlog, which was filmed a few months ago before we left for Vancouver. So I want to try something different this time. I'm doing a voiceover while I'm showing you the film because I think this video is quite all over the place. I was doing a lot of different things before we left for a long trip, and so it's kind of hard to film at that time because I was already in a panic mode. There's so many things to do. So I thought of just making it different by having a voiceover and give you a quick update on what's happening on this studio vlog. So if you're new here, welcome and thank you for taking the time to watch. My name is April San Pedro and I'm from the Philippines. But recently we just had a long vacation in Vancouver. We visited my sister who just gave birth. So before we left, I took on some few projects that it's kind of hard to resist because I really like the project itself. So this one was actually commissioned by our family friend. She wanted me to have a calligraphy artwork for their condo unit. Now I can't refuse this project because this is gonna be quite easy for me. Now, a few years ago, a friend of mine also commissioned me to do the same thing for their hotel. So here I'm testing out what medium to use since it's gonna be a different medium. Of course, since it's gonna be in a frame, I've thought of watercolor at first. However, I realize it's not gonna be ideal, especially for calligraphy, because it's gonna turn out very light. As you can see here, I'm already using Sumi drawing ink, which is pretty much a strong black color ink for calligraphy or for drawing. However, I wasn't really liking the idea that it's too transparent once it was already framed. So on the other side of my studio, and while I was waiting for the ink to dry, I'm also printing and cutting this journal kit. So this is the Signs of Favor collection. Uh, Someone ordered this, and since I didn't have any kits left, I had to reprint again, and so that was also part of the things that I had to do before we left. Now, I did not realize that I didn't have any extra for this kit, and so the initial plan was I was supposed to print few more kits just so if someone will be interested, it's still gonna be available even if I'm on a long trip, because my Shopee store and the actual shop was also open even if I was gone. However, since was really I was run out of time, and so I wasn't able to do so. Alright, so I did not like the Sumi ink on paper because it turned out really light. And so I realized, now going back to this project, I didn't really like how the Sumi ink ended up on paper. So I decided to use acrylic paint instead, even though it's on paper and not on canvas. And apparently, I already ran out of black acrylic paint at that time. So that's another errand for me to do, and I had to buy black paint. So this actually says good vibes. The word good on one frame and the other one is vibes, which gives an illusion that they're actually connected with each other. Now, I really feel so giddy every time either a random person or a friend commission me to do a calligraphy artwork for them, or even for envelopes or small things, because I just can't imagine that another person would be interested with my handwriting. So after that project was done, I was on to the next one, and I only had like 2 days left before we leave. This one is a food watercolor or food illustration for a local Japanese restaurant here called Kaisen. And so when the owner approached me to illustrate their sushi roll for them, I was really giddy and excited about it. So I'll show you in a bit how it ends up. Hello there. So it's Monday afternoon today, and I'm quite panicking because I'm taking one last project before our long trip, and we're leaving this Wednesday, and I have like technically one and a half day less than to work this project out. And so a while ago you saw me painting this. This is the famous sushi roll from one of the local Japanese restaurant here in Davao. This one is called Du30, DU30 roll. So this is their famous sushi roll in honor of our previous president, who came originally from our city. And so I was really thrilled when they messaged me, because I'm actually a fan of this local Japanese restaurant. The restaurant is called Kaizen. And so I'm actually a fan of their restaurant, and I was thrilled to know they wanted me to illustrate their famous sushi roll and turn it into stickers. And so things got a little crazy last week, from preparing things and other projects and other things, and so this is the only time that I'm working on this. The funny thing though, this is the first time that I'll be illustrating food. I think officially I'm illustrating a food, or commissioning a food. I actually had second thoughts on taking this project. However, I realized mostly all my projects before started with my first time to paint, or first time to do it. And so I think illustrating food for the first time won't be something surprising or something new to me, because I've been I've been doing most of my projects the first time, or most of my projects started with a first time. Okay, right now I thought I'm almost done, but this is my first attempt. I'm not quite happy about this. This is my reference, and so since I'm not happy about it, I will be doing another draft again, and I hope I'll be able to finish it in just an hour, but I really doubt. But mostly a small illustration like this can really take an hour or two because of the drying and because of the details. And so watercolor or illustrations in general are really quite challenging, and it really takes a lot of time. That's why if you're wondering why illustrations are quite expensive, that's because artists really takes a lot of time on their artwork and a lot of hours of studies before coming up to your own project. This is my second attempt for this illustration. I made it a little bigger because I like using this round brush. This is a very cheap brush from Tokyo Finds, number 6. It's a round brush. It's synthetic. It's very cheap, but I realize I am more comfortable using synthetic and very hard well, not very hard, but quite a bit hard brush, watercolor brush. I'm using the Cotman Winsor & Newton Cotman number 2 for the details a while ago for this one, but apparently I'm not really fond of this brush. I'm not sure if it's too small or it a bit soft for me, so using or having the drawing a little bigger, I can actually use this brush. Alright. Okay, before painting, I realized I need to check the papers first for the planner. And since it's already 3 o'clock, I need to study the paper again further before the office hours ends, because I have some inquiry to their office, and so I need to check them before 5 p.m. So I have to do this first before painting, and I'm still printing some stickers. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this, but yeah, let's just do it. I'm studying the paper swatch, or what they call paper box. It's from Fedrigoni. Their papers are just so beautiful. If I have a separate video the moment I receive the paper box swatch, because I am just so crazy with papers, and having a swatch that I can actually touch and smell is just so perfect before I can actually finalize the Blanco planners. And this is what it looks like so far. I'm not sure if I gave justice to it, but it still needs more details. So it took me about 2 hours, and I'm still not yet done, so about 3 hours maybe. And then after this, there's another one, but it's just gonna be one sushi roll with a chopstick. So I will have to finish that later because it's already 7:30, and this is the only time that I can do this. So right now, I'm just gonna pack up and do this at home. So that's 2 projects now, and 1 more day left. So I'll be doing the printing on the next day, and some other painting jobs that I still need to finish. Hi! So the painting that I was doing last night was approved, and I'm so happy about it. And now I am printing the stickers already. So I need to finish this 500 pieces of this one before I leave. And one thing I'm also doing is I am painting this luggage, a long overdue project that I need to give to my mother-in-law. She's not leaving, and it's she's leaving next month, and so I need to finish this before I leave. So let's paint this luggage. Now this was the night before our flight, and our flight was morning, and so I really had to finish everything that night. And at this point, our luggage is not yet fully set, or well, I think we are 80% packed already. So whatever that I'm gonna forget on this trip, then it's just gonna be it. So here I'm actually priming the luggage. I'm using gesso. So if you want to paint on any surfaces aside from paper, and if you're gonna use acrylic paint, I would really suggest that you use a gesso, because it will help your acrylic paint stick better on your surface, plus the color will actually show up. So if in case I didn't put gesso here, whatever color that I'll put, it will just be a little darker because the surface, which is the luggage, is in dark color. So that's why I truly suggest, if you want to use paint on other surfaces, then you gesso it first. So that's pretty much what happened before we left. And this is how I'm gonna end this video. As you may notice, it's kind of everywhere because I'm doing different things at the same time in the studio. Right now, we're already back in the Philippines and I'm also back working again. And I could have uploaded this before, but I was thinking that I want to enjoy our visit to my sister without any thinking about social media or creating a content or anything. So here I am, since I'm already back. I'm back to sharing my process and anything that might actually inspire you to perhaps journal or do something creative at all. Now, I did not take a photo how this luggage looked like in the end, but I was able to finish it at that time. And so this one, by the way, is a cone flower. Turned out to be one of my favorite flowers to paint. I don't know why. It looks beautiful. The colors are so beautiful, and it's quite easy to paint as well. Also, I'll be joining an exhibit with my mentor in acrylic. Her name is Miss Daday Joaquin. She invited her students to join her for this exhibit called Full Palette. I'm really quite excited about this, but at the same time, I'm nervous because it's been a while since I painted using acrylic paints. So we'll see how it will go. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this studio vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching my multiple projects at the same time. I hope to see you again on my next one. Have a creative or just simply enjoy your weekend, friends. Bye.